Ever since the Campfire Chat at BlizzCon 2023, there's been a lot of discussion around the fact that there really wasn't much said. And there's a lot of talk going around about the disappointment in why the Diablo 4 dev team isn't revealing more and sharing more. I want to dive into that topic on this video. I hope you'll stick around and join me. I'll see you on the other side. Now, first of all, let me start off by saying I too am disappointed in the fact that more isn't being revealed. Hell, who doesn't want to know what's going on with Diablo 4? Who doesn't want to know what changes are going to be made? How they're going to address the lack of itemization in the game? How they're going to address the lack of endgame content? Of course, everyone wants to know. But as I continue to read more and more posts, videos, content being made around how disappointing the Diablo 4 Campfire Chat was at BlizzCon 2023, it's made me realize a couple of things. And I posted a video yesterday on my take on the Diablo 4 Campfire Chat in 2023 BlizzCon. And that is that I actually applauded Blizzard. And I want to clarify that point a little further in this video. And what I meant by that is I don't applaud them from the perspective that, hey, they've done everything, everything's fixed, we're good to go. I applaud them because I feel that the real story, like I said in yesterday's video, is the fact of what's not being said. Not what is being said, what's not being said. And the fact that they're not saying it speaks volumes about how they tend to walk down this path of redemption. And like I stated in the video yesterday, the fact that they're actually taking this approach, I personally feel is a good step, because it shows me that they realize there's things to be fixed and they acknowledge it and they're going to address it. And the reason why they are not saying here are the fixes is because, to be honest, I don't think they know what the fixes are, number one. And number two, they want to get it right. So they don't want to jump the gun, implement some things, and then find out the player base don't like it. So this is why I think they're taking this approach of let's walk slowly but steadily. And although I understand people are being negative towards why the hell did they not say anything? Like, this is BlizzCon. This is their show. Diablo 4 has the platform. You have center stage. And that's what you tell us? Basically reiterate what we already know with a little sprinkle of some teasers. And literally the answer to every question was, yep, we're aware of that. We're looking at it, and we're seriously going to take a look at that, and we're going to do something about it in the future. That was basically the response to every question. So I understand why people are reacting negatively. However, I want to pose and ask you the following question. Would you like them to have taken the approach they've taken in the past? And I referenced this in my video yesterday, because in the past, the Activision Blizzard King I know would have implemented what they thought would be fixes, right? So whatever they think would be a fix to itemization, whatever they felt would be a fix to endgame content, and they would put it in the game, and you know what would happen then, right? We would all be unhappy because that's what's been done in the past, okay? They shoved down our throats the launch and season 1 without any regard to the player base, right? And as I said in the video yesterday, they had a selected few players play the game prior to launch and receive feedback and did nothing with it, right? Whereas today, I feel they actually are listening. They're just not ready to tell us because there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, I really don't think they have 100% idea of what they want to do. I think they have a good idea of what they want to do. And it looks like they're going to leverage prior versions of Diablo and put it into Diablo 4. And why do I say that? I refer back to the data mine leak that made reference to, and some of it has already been confirmed, and we know now that it's true. That data mine revealed that there was going to be an expansion. It was going to be Mephisto, one of the primevals, coming back to the game, and it was going to be named Lord of Hatred. So they got 2/3 of that right. Mephisto's coming back. There is going to be an expansion. The only thing they got wrong was the name. It's the Vessel of Hatred, not the Lord of Hatred. So also in that data mine is the fact that there's mechanics from Diablo 2 that are coming into Diablo 4, potentially. And that is mercenary, so us having someone play alongside us. Ruins coming in, that speaks to the itemization. And they mentioned raids, which I personally would be jumping up and down and running up and down my street if they announced that, because I think raids guaranteed enhances the end game content. So I don't think they are 100% sold on what they want to do. So they're walking slowly and softly, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So although I understand the negativity and totally get it, I think it lacks a little bit of foresight into the future. And I think we have to also focus on the fact that if what I'm saying is true, then again, I go back to my question. Would you rather them have implemented something that, if we go by the past, which I always say the past is an indication of the future, they haven't been really good implementing stuff without player feedback and it being popular, and things that they've taken, acknowledged, received from the player base and said, okay, you guys are right. We heard you loud and clear. We're putting it in the game, has been nothing but W's, right? So when they do it on their own, it's an L for the most part. When they finally acknowledge the communication from the player base and they say, we heard you loud and clear, so we're putting it in the game, W. So this is why they are walking softly and not cornering themselves into like what they say at BlizzCon. I hope that makes sense. What do you mean by that, Sammy? What I mean by that is, once you put it out there that you're doing A, B, and C, you got to deliver on A, B, and C. And if you don't know what the end state is, then A, B, and C might contradict that end state, or it may not be able to be put in the game because of the end state, and then you got to come back and retract. So I guess what I'm saying is everyone's looking for the short-term candy, the short-term solutions, when the dev team, I think, is playing the long-term game, okay? And they don't want to pigeonhole themselves into the corner, is what I'm saying. Now, please do not get me wrong. I don't think this was a good strategy. I do not think it was a good strategy. They should have put more meat on the bone. I don't think they needed to reveal everything, but they could have given a little bit more. And although I think that their style of communication, how they're communicating things has improved, they are still leaps and bounds away from being a polished communication and marketing vessel. You know what I mean? Like it's just boggling to me that they felt that campfire chat was going to be well received from the community. I am not shocked by all this negativity about the lack of content in the campfire chat and what was revealed. Like I said earlier, 99% of the answers was, yep, we acknowledge that. We know it's an issue with blah, 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 blah. We're looking at it. We're going to seriously look at it and address it. And Joe Shilley went out of his way to say end game content, more end game content. Like he repeated it 5 times. So they know what the problems are. But the issue with the community right now it's all talk. And I understand that and I get it. But I just, again, this is my opinion and I may be completely wrong. And this game's going to be doomed and so be it, right? I can't control that. I can only give you my opinion on what I feel is going on. But I think the reason why they aren't talking about A, B, and C solutions is because they're still figuring it out. And the reason why they're still figuring it out is because they're finally listening to the community. So they want to make sure they're going to get it right. And so for me, although, yes, I was disappointed in the lack of what they gave us, they should have put more meat on the bone. I'm a little bit more optimistic because in the past, like I said, they would have implemented solutions that I don't think would have gained any more players. But I think what they want to do is make sure that every step and every confirmation or every implementation that they make now is right. So this is why they're not going to reveal everything all the time. So I just wanted to put that out there. There's been a lot of negativity around the lack of what was said at the campfire chat. And although I understand it, I hope I try to explain why I think that is. And why Activision Blizzard is doing what they're doing. I don't think they have any more room for mistakes, and they know that. So they're taking their time and only announcing things when they have to and when they're sure that it could happen. So right, wrong, indifferent, it's the wrong strategy. Who knows? Time will tell. But the clock is ticking on this game. The clock is ticking on this development team. And only time will tell, and we'll see what this game is going to evolve to. There's a lot of content coming. I'm very optimistic. There's a lot of content. Like I said yesterday, I thought the season 2 was done as far as content. They're adding more content, okay? And season 3 has leaderboards. So there's W's and W's and W's and W's and W's. And it's all good. But like this team, seriously, it's baffling. They're really creating unwanted negativity. And it stems from how they're managing the delivery of the message. That's what's the most frustrating part. Because I can tell you, with everything that we know, there was a way this message could have been delivered. And I don't think they would have received the backlash that they're receiving right now. Because you can tell someone to F off with a smile on your face. And so you look like the good guy and you get your point across. And I don't know if that makes sense, but the communication could have definitely been better. And if right, because these people are having meetings about this. Okay, guys, BlizzCon's 6 months away. What are we going to discuss? What are we going to reveal? Like, there's meetings that are internally happening to set up the agenda, who's going to be on the on the stage, how are we going to present, who's going to go first, this is all part of running a business. When you're doing a meeting, a marketing event, an event, whatever, right? This happens, right? So I would have loved to been a fly on the wall in that meeting and heard that discussion. And I would love to know right now, did anyone in that room say, we're really not giving them that much, guys? Like, maybe let's give them a little bit more. Maybe let's share with them the name of season 3. Now, that's not who cares what season 3 is named? But you know what they could have done yesterday that would have shut all this negativity out, or at least reduced it? And I don't really see the harm in doing it unless you don't know what the answer is. But what I would have done is I would have spent 10 minutes or 5 minutes on number one. 10 minutes. I would have made like a 5-minute video on the new class. Okay? On Lost Ark or Black Desert Online, when you're going through the character creation screen and you're choosing which class to play, there are actual videos prior to you picking a class on what skills they have, how it looks in game, and its animation of that class in combat, right? Why I would have done that kind of video with more, obviously showing the class, showing some of the weapons, showing the gear, and I would have started from, beginning gear to like BIS gear, and to show them, and people would have been like, whoa. And then I would have shown the new class in combat and what it could do. And I would have announced and showcased the new class. Holy crap. You know what everyone would be talking about right now? That new class. They wouldn't be talking about, they didn't tell us anything. They basically told us on day 2 what they told us in day 1 and what they told us in a previous campfire chat. Like, this is the message. This is the dialogue in the Diablo 4 space right now, right? But one little thing, which really, it's not a big deal unless you don't know what the new class is. But it sounds like they do know what the new class is. It does sound like it. I really do believe they know what the new class is. So why not showcase it? And you would have shut everybody up. So I don't understand. This is more on the strategy side, guys. This isn't about the game. You heard my opinion yesterday. Bright days ahead for Diablo 4, as far as I'm concerned. I'm applauding Activision Blizzard King on the fact that there's all this content coming, and it seems like there's a roadmap at least to the expansion, okay, which takes us into late 2024. All right? So I applaud them for that, okay? Now, of course, they can misstep at any time, so time will tell. But it's better than us getting drips and drabs every 3 months. Now it looks like we're getting content all the time, which is great. And again, every step is a step up. And stepping up gets us closer to end state amazing game, right? So this isn't about that. I'm happy the direction the game's going in. This is about the communication of this development team. Like, going back to that meeting, I would have loved to have been a fly in that wall. Now, one person, or maybe it was and it was shot down. We will never know. But not one person say, shouldn't we give them something like a wow factor? Like, I never watched the WoW, and it's playing in the background here. I never watched the World of Warcraft 2023 BlizzCon stuff, and like I said, it's playing in the background right now. But I heard that it was really, really good. Some parts were amazing, some parts were okay, but for the most part, it sounds like they did a great job communicating what's happening with World of Warcraft. But I have to think, let's say I was running, let's say I was Rod Ferguson, okay? So I'm the head of Diablo 4. And I'm doing BlizzCon 2023. Everybody's here. Diablo 4 was one of the last discussions in BlizzCon 2023, right? They were late, day 2, right? And that's typically when the showstopper gets on stage, right? It's like when you go see a music performance and there's many bands playing, the last act is usually the headliner, right? So don't get me wrong, I'm not going to get into the argument. Of course, World of Warcraft is huge. But my point is, Diablo 4 had a huge stage at BlizzCon 2023. It's their friggin' event. Theirs. Right? And you think that was going to be enough? Like, if it was me and I was running Diablo 4, you better damn well, I would be thinking, what's the wow factor? What's the one thing that I could just, people are going to be like, oh my God, and walk out of there or watching it online and be like, holy moly, this game is going to be amazing. The new class. That's all you had to do. All you had to do was tell us the new class, do a 3 to 5 minute video montage of that new class, like I stated earlier, and you would have been a rock star coming out of that convention. But they didn't. Leadership. This points to leadership. Now, again, I don't know the structure. I don't know who makes what decisions, but from a communication standpoint, 2023 BlizzCon, the Diablo 4 side of it, was a D. It was a D. It was a failure in my mind. It could have been better. It could have been, okay, failure is a strong word. It was a D. They really did a poor job communicating. Nothing against the people that were communicated. They all did a great job. They were all enthusiastic. I loved the vibe. All of them enthusiastic. Pez Radar, he was brilliant as usual. He's really good at keeping the flow, asking the right questions. He's a good, I don't know what video games he plays, but he'd be a good support role in a video game, right? Because he's so good at lobbying the ball to the person that has to speak. And I think they all did Joe Shilley did a great job. He was enthusiastic. He was energetic. Like everybody did a great job, but this is like a top-down thing, right? Someone from the top is telling them what to say, what to do, and what the agenda is going to be of the meeting. So this is a strategic decision that they really missed a big opportunity. Why did they miss this opportunity? Because you have to understand something, that this game right now in the state that's in, although it's getting more popular, I mean, there's more positive than negative, and it is improving. They missed an opportunity to really bump up the positive factor, I guess is what I'm saying. It's a missed opportunity and a huge mistake. So from that perspective, I'm disappointed, because the reason why I'm disappointed is it's a missed opportunity to have created more buzz and turned some of that negative naysayers in the community into maybe potentially flipping them onto the other side and being positive about the game. One poor decision they made was to not give a wow factor at that conference. It was a big mistake and a big missed opportunity. Okay, everyone. I just wanted to put my hat in the ring when it comes to this discussion. I'm still optimistic. Please do not take this video the wrong way. I'm optimistic about the game. We still have a long way to go. And who knows? There could be missteps at any time, which will change my opinion. But right now, there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe. I'm really looking forward to the expansion, of course. There's the winter event coming. There's leaderboards coming. You know, I can go on and on and on. There's a lot of stuff coming, right? Of course, the big stuff still needs to be addressed, itemization and the variety and the end game content and more end game content. But I would imagine that's slowly going to be talked about and addressed, hopefully in the next 3 to 6 months. Time will tell. I would imagine season 4, season 5 are going to be big game changers, hopefully. But I wanted to speak to the negativity right now about BlizzCon 2023 and the lack of stuff that was said. So I just wanted to put my hat in the ring on that discussion. So thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate your support. And please let me know your comments. What are your thoughts? Are you one of those people that are on that side where, oh my God, what a huge disaster BlizzCon 2023 was from a D4 perspective? Let me know your thoughts. Like I said a million times, the comment section on my videos are amazing. I love the discussion. So get in there, put your name in there, and let's hear what you got to say. Anyway, hopefully you find this video informative, and if you can find it in your heart to like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. We've named our channel over here, our little community is called Caps Waypoint, so we'd love to have you come over, come visit us, and come and join our supportive and amazing community. We'd love to have you. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.